Mic check. Fans of the Idaho Contact Football League, thank you for tuning in to Game 2 of all the games today. We have the Tide and the Warhawks facing off here in just a few minutes. Black Tide last week had a painful loss for their season opener against the Aztecs, losing 14-6 after a well-fought defensive game. Just couldn't get the offense rolling. While the Warhawks last week faced off against the Griffins and put up 66 points, defensive shutout, 66 points on the board offensively. So both these teams are looking to make a statement here as they face off.
Yep. This is the game of the week, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one that we think is going to be as close as possible. So, and Black Tide trying to get their offense going this week. So they only had special teams. They had, I think it was Cam Hale or
yeah, Cameron Hale.
Yeah, Cameron Hale, number 13 there, was the only one to score, and it was on a kickoff return after the first touchdown by the Tex. So we thought it was going to be really close because at one point it was 6-6 that game, and then just defensive battle after defensive battle. Both teams really couldn't get a lot done. So,
you know, the Black Tide have always been a pretty elite defensive team, I would say. Not typically putting up or allowing a lot of points. And so it was good to see a sign of health.
Won the toss, elect to defer. Black Tide will receive on this end.
All right, so Warhawks winning the toss there, electing to defer. They will get the ball in the second half. Black Tide to receive. So we're going to get a chance here to see what the Tide offense has to bring to the table right out of the gate.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see what they can put up. And we get to see what their special teams can do. Because imagine if Hale just runs it all the way back.
Yeah, I mean,
6 points right here.
You know, Hale was definitely capable of doing, kickoff return for a touchdown against Aztecs, which arguably have some of the best athletes in the league.
Yep. And Hale, phenomenal athlete. Ex-arena football player, was dominating on the team before that for the Idaho Horsemen. So came to join us playing full 11-11 in contact.
Number 13, Hale, back in the deep backfield, ready to receive the kickoff along with Jamin Burris, number 7.
It will be nice to see what the Warhawks can do, too, because we got to see them do pretty good.
Kick is a low
grounder.
Yeah, to number 4.
And that'll place them at the 37. Black Tide will take over at the 38. 38 there.
Waiting to get a correction on the number for the returner who did field that kickoff. Number 12, Jared Hicks, quarterback for the Black Tide. We talked about this last week. He spent a few years away from the ICFL, played in the MWFL, is now back looking to restore his former glory.
Tony Dion Jr. says 34-0, Tide has it. I do not think it's going to be a game like that. I think it's going to be a very close game.
Hicks in the backfield, trips to the left, looking to pass left. Does complete to Tyson Summers. Tyson with a move and a spin.
And
still on his feet. Oh. We'll make it about 4 yards. 5 yards.
It'll be a gain of 5 and bring up second down. Tyson Summers, old athlete here. Just on the ground running. Great.
Tyson Summers has developed very, very well in the years that he spent in the ICFL. Good route runner. Lots of endurance, great speed, good hands. He's the kind of veteran you want to see on your team.
Black Tide, full of a lot of veterans here. Some people that have been in and out and all over the place. So
Black Tide continuing to spread out the defense. We have trips to the right-hand side, single receivers to the left, single back in the backfield with Hicks. Hicks takes high snap, looking to pass to the right, has a receiver.
48, big man here. And that'll get him the first down. That'll be a gain of 10.
Cameron Church, the tight end, with
down.
the catch.
And you're also seeing here that we have the Warhawks, which were a new team last year or 2 years ago.
So here's what's interesting about the Warhawks. They have some history. I think the Warhawks have been around for 3 years. However, they were an adaptation because they used to be the Gators.
Yep.
Which also, formerly, at some point, I think were actually the Savage, maybe. I gotta go back. I gotta get my history right. I should know these things.
The Savage now is part of a team with the RMFL there, or the Or
so
the
they've gone through some rebranding. We'll say that. Hicks takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Has plenty of room. Will make it 7 to 8 yards.
That'll be a gain of 8. Bring up second down. Quarterback keeps there. But Warhawks did a lot of building last year in the offseason. We're seeing a lot of new team members here, and a lot of the old ones just building on top of what they already had. That was good last year. They were a good middle of the field team here, and I think they came back for vengeance. So,
second down and 3 to go.
Orlando Clay Jr. says, "Let go Tides." Dolner says, "Let's go Warhawks." Isaac Boyser.
Hicks with the snap.
Says, "Come on,
delayed handoff. Number 7 has plenty of room. He will make the first down and more. Number 7, Jamin Burris on the carry.
For 12 yards and a first down. Burris there? Clay was a horseman, I think, too.
Oh, he is on the roster. I don't know if he's playing today.
Orlando Clay says blowout incoming. Dolner says Gators in 2022. Warhawks' first year was 2023.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Fresh set of downs here for Hicks and the Tide offense. Receivers on the left and right. Cameron Church with the motion.
Under pressure. Throws it deep over the middle. And Summers has it in his hands, but comes up incomplete. An incomplete pass that'll bring up second down.
On target for Summers. However, double coverage. Summers just couldn't bring the ball in. Second down and 10.
And completely backwards on that, looking over his shoulder to get that. So
that's also the first incomplete pass I think we've had so far in this drive.
Mm-hmm.
Hicks is 3 for 4, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I think they figured out a few things from last week. So what I saw really last week is that the snaps were a little slow, a little inconsistent.
A little high, yeah.
They seem to be a little bit quicker. They're getting closer to getting on target, getting it right into the zone, but definitely faster on the snaps and
Hicks,
giving him just a little bit more time.
Hicks bringing the receivers in, bunch set. Cameron Church in motion to the right-hand side. Snap to Hicks.
Under pressure.
Hicks out of the pocket to the right-hand side. He will pass. Does he have the catch? We do have a completed pass.
We have a completed pass.
Will it be enough for a first down? It's going to be close.
It will not be.
Looks like we do have a first down.
Are we good enough for a first down?
Tight end. Cameron Church with the toe tapping catch on the sideline to get the chains to move.
First down indicator. There we go.
Trips receivers to the left-hand side, single back in the backfield. Hicks takes the snap, runs left. Ooh, under pressure. Good coverage by the Warhawks.
Incomplete pass that'll bring up second down. Trevor Burke there on the Warhawks has been chasing him down. There's a few times that we've seen him on him. Number 53 there for the Warhawks. Orlando Clay in the chat here. I'm pretty sure you're on the roster, if I'm not mistaken. Are you just gone this week? Or?
Tyson Summers taking a well-deserved break. Tide showing a spread balanced set of receivers. Single back in the backfield with Hicks and shotgun. High snap. And
Ball
it
dropped
is
and
going to be
recovered by the
recovered.
A high snap and a fumble recovery by the Warhawks.
Man, Cedric, we got to stop jinxing teams. Goodness gracious, we were
They gotta
talking
stop
about.
being jinxed. I think that's
Yeah,
the problem.
there you go. We
So you
we
guys
were
need
just
to have
talking about
a
this.
voodoo ritual something before.
You know, it's difficult because you've got so much momentum going in, everything's going well, making completions, your run game seems to be hitting, and all of a sudden, a really bad snap takes away all the momentum.
And we talked about this was the problems that they had from last week. So this is just little things they need to get under control. Orlando says his foot's broken. That's why he's not here.
Orlando, come on, get on the
Hopefully
field.
You get better.
Broken foot, that's no big deal.
Sutton
Come on.
says, let's go Warhawks. Way to not break there. Yeah, Warhawks staying on top of it. Applying pressure to the quarterback, too. Oh. He will go down. That'll be a loss of a yard there. That'll be a loss of 1. Bring up second down. Yeah. Number 7 for the Warhawks, Josh Stewart in as quarterback. Previous quarterback got hurt that I saw last week. Apparently, leg destroyer, something crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he might have had
but it might have been meniscus, MCL, and ACL all at the same.
Yeah, the good old triple combo on the knee.
Yeah, so.
The full blowout.
Handoff here to Sonderman, number 34 on the inside. That'll be Michael Sonderman, and that'll be a gain of 5. Handoff, a run, and a gain of 5. Bring up third down. Sonderman, great running back here. One of the league MVPs here.
So the Black Tide run defense, or I should say defense in general, depending on what they do coming up here, they have a chance to force the Warhawks to punt. I don't see the Warhawks being overly aggressive while they're on this side of the 50.
And we didn't get to see a lot of their punt game from last week, so we're not sure what they got in stock here. Send in motion here. Stewart drops back. Under pressure, goes up the middle. He'll take it. And he
is going to be
reaches, and
close.
That's gonna be just close, but just short. Quarterback
Just
keep
short
and a gain
indeed.
of 4. Fourth down. Be just 4th and short here.
Warhawks offense looks like they're staying on the field. Now, we talked about this last week. You know what's coming.
Yep.
I think everybody knows what's coming here. Can Black Tide hold their water on the hard count?
We've seen it over and over and over again. We saw it last week even, where they got caught off guard. Let's see who's got better discipline here. Oh, they go
no
for
hard
it. Hand
count.
off to Sonderman. He's going to bounce to the outside. And
I
he
think
makes
he
it
has
upfield,
enough.
and he has it. Bounce to the outside, and that'll be good for a gain of 2 and a first down. All right, Ethan Huffstutler says, let's go Warhawks. Isaacs Boisier says, good stop, folks. Tony Dion says, Warhawks offense ain't nothing against this D. Guess we'll see. Quarterback keep, I think there's a little miscommunication between the handoff there, a trick play, and he will go out of bounds, and I think he will get the first down. Quarterback keep and a gain of 10, that'll be a first down.
The Warhawks offensive line is putting in a lot of work against the Tide defense.
We haven't seen a lot of passes. We've seen a lot of on-the-ground running. So between Sonderman and Josh Stewart, which he is listed as a linebacker for the record. And he is built like a fast linebacker, let me tell you so. We got a handoff. It's a little bump, and he will go down. That'll be a loss of a yard here. It'll be a loss of 1. Bring up second down.
Tied with their second defensive play that resulted in a loss for the Warhawks.
And that is number 11, Jordan Ferrum, in the running back slot there. I'd like to see them pass. I know they got a few weapons here and there. So they have Jamaica Barber. Great receiver. We saw him put in a lot of work last week. Stewart under pressure, rolls to the right, throws over the middle, and that is going to be almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. It'll be an incomplete pass. 3rd down.
Looks to be number 13, Cameron Hale, with the drop. You know,
Hale
sometimes
has great hands.
yeah, sometimes it's the one that is you know, has your address and name on it, shipped right to you. Those are the ones that just can't quite seem to bring in.
The easy ones are the hardest ones because you're like, this is easy, this is nice to me, and you start thinking of what to do next. Instead of starting with.
Especially the ones that float out there.
Stewart dropping back, throws over the outside. That'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass. That'll bring up 4th down.
So 4th down and 11, I believe we're going to see the punt team come on the field. We're finally going to get a chance to experience
50,
what their special
really
teams is like.
If they can get a good punt on this here. Tony says Cam would have took that to the house. He is definitely quick, and especially on the side-to-side motion, he is very, very good. We saw that with his special teams touchdown they had last week. So.
Well, we've got number 11, Robert Jacchio, is in to field the punt.
Ooh, great kick here by 44, Carson Fisk, an old head of the league as well. That'll bounce out of bounds. Great punt, though.
Not going to give Jacchio a chance to return that at all. We're going to have the ball at about the 19-yard line.
Tide will take over at the 19.
So great defensive play for the Black Tide, despite the offensive error with the high snap and the fumble recovered by the Warhawks. Black Tide was able to prevent any scores. Offense gets back on the field, and they can get down the field to get this point squared away for them.
Yeah, now they're going to have to march all the way down the field again here. And the Warhawks, they were definitely chipping away at their defense here, but let's see if they can keep doing that. So. And, you know, the Warhawks capitalize on small mistakes. If they just keep capitalizing on the very small mistakes that the Tide seems to be making in the beginning here, that could be it for them. Another bad snap that they jump on real quick, that they see coming.
Well, in the Tide, you know, obviously if you have a bad snap, you know, in the red zone, that's tough. But having a bad snap in your, you know, beyond your own 20, that's what you want to avoid here.
Yeah. Ooh, a little bit
Hicks reverse play. He's going to keep it to the right-hand side. He will make it up near. Yes. I think he might have a first down here.
Yep.
We do have a first down.
Quarterback keep, a little bit of trickery. That'll be a gain of 10. First down. I like it. I like the fake handoff. I don't know if he knew how close that guy was, though, on the spin.
Yeah.
It looked like it could have been well executed, but I think it was a little bit of luck. And
well, and Hicks truly is a dual threat quarterback. He can do it with his feet. He can do it with his arm. If we can get the snap where it's supposed to be, then I think he'll do just fine.
That was something that we saw during the Aztecs game too. The Black Tide was put under a lot of pressure, and he was having to roll out constantly, and just wasn't able to get the ball off good.
Hicks takes the snap, pass out into the flat, covered well by the Warhawks, taken down for a loss.
That'll be a loss of 3. Third down.
I believe that pass was to Quincy Smith, number 9.
Rochelle Stewart says, "Come on, Warhawks. Woohoo, let's go." For all Stewart.
Second down and 10 for the Black Tide offense. Going to spread things out. Jared Hicks going empty. We've got Tripp right, 2 receivers to the left.
That was second down. That was my bad. This takes a snap.
Hicks looking to pass into the seam. He does have a receiver open.
And he stays up on his feet, and he will go down. I think that was 13. I think that was Cam Hale.
Number 13, Cameron Hale.
15. That'll be a first down.
Beautiful route, beautiful catch. Great throw from Hicks. That's the kind of action that the Black Tide needs to win this game.
And to be able to take a hit and stay up and keep going until you get swamped, that's the kind of receiver that they need there.
Yeah, not just catches, but yards after catch is what's going to be a big difference maker here. Balanced receivers left and right, single back in the backfield with Hicks. 1st and 10 near the 50-yard line.
Oh, under
Hicks
pressure.
escaping a sack, but he won't get away, will he?
Throws it to the inside, and that will be a catch. A catch and a gain of 1. Bring up 2nd down. 47, Preston Call off the O-line, just on him. Almost had him, couldn't quite bring him down. He was able to get that throw off.
I cannot believe that Hicks escaped being sacked. I mean, two to three defenders that are on you get out just enough to throw a pass anywhere, let alone in the vicinity of a receiver. I was just slightly worried that we might have two offensive players in motion at the snap, so they narrowly avoided a legal shift penalty there too as well.
Which they did have last week, though. Legal shift. Moving 7 to the outside here to make it
7, Jamin Burris. Empty set for Hicks, looking to pass.
Ooh, stuffed.
Blocked by number 47 on the Warhawks.
That'll be an incomplete pass. Number 47, Preston Call, back again, putting a lot of pressure on this Tide offense. So. Prince Rob says to see Mitch Gammon pushing Huss like that last week was pretty crazy. Mitch Gammon is a monster among men.
The Mitch Gammon Huss matchup is wild. So watching two Titans go after each other.
Yeah.
So we got 3rd down and long here for the Tide. They're just about at the 50-yard line. We're at the 49-yard line. I'm not sure what's going to happen if they don't get this conversion here. I think if we get 3, 4, 5 yards, they might go for it. I think they're going to have to get beyond the 50 in order to give Jeff Gunn, the offensive coordinator, some confidence here.
Takes the snap, a little outside, under pressure, rolls up, quick pass over the middle, that'll go nowhere. An incomplete pass, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's looking like the punt team is going to take the field. I think that's a pretty smart call.
CJ Benton says, Preston Call, haven't heard that name in a while. He also says, FBT, if I have any recollections, maybe joining YouTube for the first time.
Now we did see the Tide execute some decent punts from last week.
Especially without their all-star punter with a record-breaking 58-yard punt.
Cameron Church back to punt. He's got enough leg. Can he get the blocking that he needs to make this punt happen?
And do they get the snap that they need?
Good snap, good hold.
Good punt. It's going to bounce around the 24-yard line, and he will go out of bounds.
Out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Fantastic punt. Good field position for the Tide. The Warhawks are going to have to work for it.
Warhawks will take over at the 13-yard line. Corinne on YouTube says, let's go Warhawks. A lot of fans in the stadium and online as well. We thank you for all of you guys that joined from near and far and all over the place. It seems we have fans all around the United States and sometimes even out of the country. And then usually when one of us goes outside the country. Snap, quick pass or quick handoff to Sonderman here, 34 on the inside. He just takes hits and keeps going. So,
well, and if you're going to go high on Sonderman, it's not going to go well for you. You know, that's where he's going to get a lot of additional yards.
There's going to be a gain of 8. 2nd down. Yeah, you have to wrap him up and you have to bring him down quick because he will stay up and keep going.
Yeah, the guy has a nearly unlimited motor, and he's got some size.
That is the end of the first quarter.
The second quarter incoming here. Still zeros on the clock. And this game looks like it's actually going pretty quick cadence here.
Juan Jr. says this gritty kind of game is the kind of game the Warhawks need. If it stays this way, they could win. Sonderman won't slow down in the fourth. He does have a lot of gas. Prince Rob says, make sure we're liking the stream, guys. Thank you, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you.
I think, you know, these two defenses, yeah, I mean, these guys are very evenly matched. I think that whichever offense is able to get the right chemistry and get the right momentum, I think that's where we're going to see pull away.
Well, and after last week, the Warhawks had a lot of time to practice some things on offense, especially for week one that maybe they didn't have set and stone, and were able to come up with a lot of different plays to be able to make some work. Whereas the Black Tide, it was a very defensive battle on both sides, and the offense just couldn't get anything started. So.
Offensive package for the Black Tide so far today has been executed well, I would say. So definitely a lot more action to, you know, all the players all around on the offense than last week. Gang tackle by the Black Tide. They will make just a yard or two. Bring up third down and 6.
Bring up third down. I think that was number 1, Jamaican Barber there.
Can the Tide get one more stop and get the ball back?
Handoff. And looks like that'll be a gain of 3.
Ryan Carlin, number 3 on the tackle.
Be gain of 3 and bring up 4th down. Tackle on number 34, Sonderman there.
I think the offense for the Warhawks is staying on the field. All right, Cedric, here we go.
It's interesting to see if they have a punter at this point.
All right, time for the hard count test.
The hard count.
Can they do it?
Sending motion, sending with it. Ball dribbled on the ground.
Don't want to see that on 4th down. Ball on the ground, recovered by the Warhawks. It's not going to matter because we have a turnover on downs. The Black Tide offense will take over.
Ball goes to the ground. Black Tide will take over. Great position for the Tide here. I would have punted it away, being so close.
Well, and it's, you know, they have a decent punter. The last punt the Warhawks put out there was good. You know, you got decent field position. The ball went out of bounds. Robert Jacchio had no chance of doing any kind of return. And you made the Tide fight for position. They ended up having to punt the ball away. And I definitely would have punted there too. I agree.
Yeah, just had Fisk go back out there and put in some work. Seth Cross, is it time for your favorite uncle to come out of retirement? It is.
Yes, it is.
Griffins.
Yeah, we are funneling all player inquiries now to the Griffins.
Yeah, all especially retired with high parentheses, because a lot of you are retired for 1 year and then come back. So Bradley Thomas says that was a choice. It was indeed. Tide lining up a Twins here. Motion.
Cameron Church motioning across the field. Hicks takes the snap.
Quick pass immediately stopped though.
Has Nico Jamie.
That'll be a loss of 2. Bring up 2nd down. I think that was
I think Nico.
Or number 9 on the stop there. I think that was
Oh, on the
number
stop.
9. I think that was Reagan Sonderman. I think there may be a family tie there.
I think you might be right.
For the DB there. Number 9 on that quick stop. Just read the ball and it was immediately there.
Reagan Sonderman, a veteran, also veteran in the league, former Black Tide player a few seasons back. 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Hicks in the backfield with a single back. Takes the snap, looking left, passes.
Almost intercepting by number 20 there.
Kind of cutting the difference between those
Incomplete
two
pass, bring up
receivers.
3rd
Can't
down.
really tell which was his target.
Aiden Snow almost with the interception there. It was just Not quite there. Very close.
Number 22, Austin Whiting in the area, along with number 1, Tyson Summers. I'm suspecting with the height of Austin Whiting that we might see Hicks push a corner ball to him deep in the end zone.
Yeah. Send him up over everybody.
Bunch set for the receivers. Hicks emptying the backfield. Looking to pass, looking middle, looking right. Does he have it?
No. And we have a flag.
So we will check the
Incomplete
flag.
Pass and a flag. This may be on the offense.
Yeah, we might have a... Okay, so looking like pass interference, defense, number 12.
Andrew Rivas.
And a little bit of a break for the Black Tide here. Now, in high school, we will have the enforcement here. It's going to go half the distance to the goal. They will not get an automatic first down.
Pass interference, number 12 on the Warhawks. Half the distance to the goal. Remains third down. Replay third down.
So we're still 3rd and short. Now, we're in the red zone. We're from the 10-yard line here. Obviously, the Black Tide are going to go for it, most likely on 4th down. I don't expect them to kick a field goal. So we got two chances to put this ball in the end zone.
If I'm the Warhawks here, I would want to blitz and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Back in motion. Fake toss.
Keeps it. Oh, he hands it off late. That is going to be a big loss there. A big loss of 5. Loss of 5 yards. 4th down. Looks like they were trying to do a little bit of trickery, but they just clocked it immediately.
Well, and the Warhawks' ability to get into the backfield on that play, I mean, you know, causing all sorts of trouble. 4th down and 8 now.
Big fan of the trickery. Would be an even bigger fan if it would have worked out.
Now, they don't necessarily need a touchdown here. They can get a first down inside the 10.
But it would be a big win for their offense to finally get one.
Absolutely would. They have yet to score a touchdown offensively this season.
Diamond right. Ooh. And this looks like it's going to be.
Dead ball. False start. 69 Black Tide. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
You can hear Hicks and the Tide offense, you know, reminding each other, hey, focus in, be disciplined, right? You know, looking for that hard count, seeing if they can get just a little bit of that back, but didn't work out well.
Timeout by the Warhawks here.
Playing this a little bit differently, I mean, now that you've got, you know, the ball is going to be spotted at the 20-yard line. You've got a lot more distance to cover. You know, you've got obviously the whole 20 yards field of play,
Timeout,
10 yards for the end zone.
First of the half.
You got a defensive package that just needs to lock down everything within those 30 yards. Now, you can give up a first down. You'd hope you don't, and you want to get a turnover here, but what you can't do for the Warhawks is give up a touchdown.
If I was Tide, I would try to just go for the PAT. You've been pushed back. Your first plan didn't work. You're even farther away than you were before. Why not just try to get, you know, or not a PAT, try to get the field goal, try to get 3 points there on the field, on the board.
You know, we're looking at about a 37-yard field goal. I think Cameron Church would be the one that would end up trying to attempt that. So far, we haven't seen him do any field goal attempts. Black Tide offense back on the field. Let's see what offensive coordinator Jeff Gunn has cooked up for 4th and 13. Hicks emptying the backfield, takes the snap, looking left.
Under pressure.
Ball is up.
Nowhere.
Far out of bounds. And the Warhawk offense will take over.
An incomplete pass, and they will switch sides. The Warhawks will take over.
Hicks is seeming like his short to mid-range accuracy is starting to develop pretty well from last week. We're still have yet to see the long-range accuracy be there.
It seems like when he has to throw deep, he's overthrowing them, actually. He's putting too much arm into it. Also, something that we saw from last week is the more pressure you put on him, the more he'll make little, small, bad decisions. That was a big thing that we saw during the Aztecs film. So if the Warhawks can capitalize on that, they might be able to just make those little improvements to get them back the ball.
Warhawk offense making about 3 yards on the play.
Handoff, a gain of 3, bring up second down.
Black Tie defense is doing well, able to kind of keep that bottled up. As we mentioned before, I don't expect to see a lot of passing from the Warhawks, especially with their quarterback switch up.
Yeah, so they lost their quarterback, their main quarterback that they thought they were going to have from week 1 to this new quarterback. And it may not be that he doesn't have all the time. It was just that they've had plenty of different plans, and they haven't had enough time to work with him as quarterback yet. So, but when you got Sonderman running to the inside, why would you need to throw?
Well, his ability to make a quick cut,
third down,
and just get on his horse and get going is pretty unparalleled here.
Yeah, take a hit, keep going. And this is something that we've seen from the defense of the Black Side actually a lot, is that they're very big into doing the hit. They are not very big into wrapping up, though, which is something that they have been slowly learning how to do. We've seen time and time again. So,
well, it's a difficult lesson to learn, and when you don't pay attention, it costs you. Black Tide here looking for a tackle for a loss, hopefully pinning the Warhawks back to get them to punt. And that is looking like a first down.
First down. That'll be a gain of 3, and that'll give them the first. Bowers, Logan Bowers, Hurdle King himself, says that I want to see Michael hurdle someone today. And there's a good chance. We've seen him do it in the past, so he doesn't have the innate nature of wanting to do it every single play like Logan Bowers does. But
yeah, I commented on a Facebook post earlier this week that I wanted to change the name of the rule to the Logan Law. You know, just allowing hurdles anywhere on the field.
Yep.
Run up the middle, and it's 1, that was second down.
Bowers is the main reason that rule came into place, by the way, because we saw him try to do it a bunch last year.
I think.
And then it was put to a vote, and I think it was unanimous, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like everybody wants to see more hurdling, especially from Logan Bowers. So he's averaging 1 per game currently.
Yeah. Snap handoff to number 11 here on the outside, Jordan. And that looks like it'll be a gain of nothing there. A gain of mere millimeters, and that'll bring up third down.
So big opportunity here for the Tide if they can keep the Warhawks at a 3rd to 4th down and long. I might suspect the Warhawks will punt. However, I mean, at worst field position, we saw the Warhawks try to go for it earlier.
I told you, I'm a big fan of the Dan Campbell method. Go for it on 4th. Because worst case scenario,
I mean, and well, the Tide,
that's not really that bad.
You know, they turned it over in the red zone. The Tide wasn't able to convert, so maybe that is a good strategy for them.
Trips to the inside, throws it deep to the left side, a pass that we haven't seen before, and that'll be good for 10 yards there and a first down.
A little bit of extracurriculars on
pass
the
to the
sideline.
outside, good for 10 and a first down.
Looks like they're just clearing things up a little bit over there. I mean, I was not expecting a pass. Not that pass.
I don't think Black Tide was expecting that pass either.
Yes.
That's what makes it good, though.
Yep. Well, now, I mean,
you run the ball 8 times in a row, and then you chuck it in. And great pass. He gets it right to him.
Yep.
Lets him try to run the field a little bit.
Yeah, the Warhawks able to convert on a long 3rd down here. Fresh set of downs.
Handoff to Sonderman on the outside there. And that'll be a gain of 1.
Tide.
Gain of 1. Second down.
the Tide is seeming to make some really good adjustments and focusing in on the Warhawks run game. So we might see some more passing attempts from them as the Tide is bottling up the run.
We are almost done with the first half of this game, and this has been one defensive battle after another here. 4 minutes left in the first half, and just defense has been fighting each other tooth and nail and has been making a lot of plays with interceptions, fumble recoveries. Love to see the fight. Handoff here to Barber, and he will go down, and that is going to be a gain of 2 there.
A little bit of a combination of a turf monster with the assist on the tackle.
Making Barber very quick, especially on the side-to-side motion. He's got the frame and the body to be able to go quick side to side, and I think he just got tripped up on the turf there. Also, I think the turf is finally drying off from the weather that we've had this week. So
Definitely.
high snap, good recovery there. Hands off to Jordan. Running back up the middle. That'll be good for a gain of 3.
So about fourth down and 3 here for the Warhawks. Down in 4 maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna see him go for it, I think.
Yep. And a timeout Warhawks. So this will be their second timeout of the half. We got 3 minutes coming in. We do have the 2-minute warning.
Warhawk.
I think this is good.
Second of the half.
Timeout here, because Black Tide has 3 timeouts. They're gonna have the 2-minute warning.
Yep.
So if you give the ball back to them, they're gonna have a lot of time here. So this is where you need to make that decision. If you decide to punt or go for it, and then what play is gonna work to get you that first down, because you need to be able to use as much of this clock as possible. Because it may take them the rest, if the way the Black Tide has been handling defensively, it's gonna take the next 3 minutes to get down that field.
Absolutely, yeah. I think this is a great use of timeouts here. Get this first down. You still have 1 timeout, 2-minute warning. Try to get a score in before the half. Keep that momentum.
Love seeing these two teams fight out here, especially you see the Warhawks come back from devastating loss last year where they thought they had it in the bag during the playoffs, which I'm pretty sure was to the Tide. And now you see them come back and fight hard against them at the beginning of the year.
If I'm that defensive coordinator for the Tide, Brandon Lee.
You see him bring it
Oh, here we go.
Donderman to the outside. Bump,
Will
and
he get it?
be
He
just
will
short.
not.
He'll be just short.
Wow, for a
Bump and
second
run
there,
will be just short. They will switch sides. The Tides will take over.
for a second there, I thought he was gonna get it.
I thought he had it because he just has the momentum, and defense of the Tide did a really good job of just holding him down and stopping after the first initial contact, because that's normally where he'll just keep going. He'll take the one, do a little spin move, do a little something, and get out of there. But maybe if he would have instituted the Logan Bowers hurt,
He would have made it.
he would have had the first down. It would have been
You bet.
for the place though.
Jared Hicks and the Black Tide offense back on the field. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Hicks takes the snap, looking for the draw.
They hand off, but he runs it
Number
out good.
7, Jamin Burris on the carry, good for about 9.
They give it. That'll be good for a gain of 9. Bring up to second down. Drops back, under pressure, rolling, running. He's running to the inside. There's a flag in the backfield. He will have the first down. He will run out of bounds, and that will be the 2-minute warning, and there's a flag.
So I
Flag up
think
the field.
we're going to have either a hold or an illegal block on the offense here, which is unfortunate for the Tide.
Holding. Number 78 on the defense. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down. 2-minute timeout.
So holding on the defense has been called. We got a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. We'll have second down.
It's gonna be second and 11.
Well, I don't know. They haven't walked
They got
off
the first
any.
down, but it was defensive holding, so they're bringing them back at some point.
Correction. Penalty was on the offense.
There we go. Okay. Thinking, what's going on here? What's missing?
Oh, I think he was going to talk again.
So they did mark that off. We were obviously before going to be second down and 1. Now second and 11.
He's just got the word we'll be scoring on this drive. Yeah, he's got intel from that. So.
Just got a word. We'll be scoring on this drive.
All right, 2-minute warning's over. Let's see what they do. They're second and 11 now. Had the first down. Had to bring it back.
Good old two-minute drill for the tight offense here. Balanced receiver set, single back in the backfield. Motion from Orlando Clay to the left-hand side. Hicks back to pass, looking for Orlando. He has him open. Makes a move. He will have enough for the first down.
We're talking to Orlando Clay. It's not Clay.
Oh, wait a second. Orlando. Oh my goodness gracious. Hang on. Cameron Hale.
Be good for a first down. Yeah, Cameron Hale, yeah.
Where's okay?
Yeah.
Listen, Orlando Clay. I just want you to know.
I think this is like
You
the
got credit. You got
drive.
credit
Yeah.
for that catch. It was 13 yards. You're welcome.
Yeah. Or
Cameron Hale,
first
my
down.
guy. Fantastic catch.
Playing handoff here. And it will be stopped. And we're
Ball
going
carrier
timeout.
number 7, Jamin Burris.
Probably a loss of 2. Second down. We have a timeout with Black Tide here.
Timeout. Black Tide. Their first of the half.
Orlando Clay says, "Look at me go." Yeah, there you are.
Look at me go.
It's one of those things where you look when you're like looking at something. but
Yes.
Your mind is paying attention to another thing.
Yeah, well, I'm looking right there and thinking, yeah. Plus, I would actually argue that Cameron Hale and Orlando Clay are similar athletes.
It's definitely interesting to see a lot of like the arena players coming out here to the field too, to see what they can do, because the arena feels so like tight when you're playing, because it's indoor.
Yep.
They have the ramps. They're allowed to hit them, the wall. They have coaches on the field just standing there doing whatever they're doing.
Well, even if you can't hit the wall, it's not like you want to hit the wall. So,
You don't want to hit the ground.
you know,
either.
here you can go full speed all the way out past the sideline.
Yeah. You can just keep going. A player will stop you. A fan, whatever. No fans. Hopefully not one of our chain crew. You know, they're pretty good at running away. So.
Yeah, quads to the right. Hicks takes the snap, looking right. Ball out, has a receiver.
I think it's Summer.
Completed.
Number 7.
Jamin Burris on the reception with
That'll be good for 13 yards and a first
the
down.
first down and out of bounds to stop the clock. Well managed on that play. Fresh out of downs for the Tide. They still have 2 timeouts.
Real smart there. Number 7, Burris there, crushing it. Sutton says, I don't think any of us predicted zeros by this point. I was expecting both teams to at least scored in this first half and be roughly tied there. So
Hicks.
not at zeros.
Quick out to Cameron Hale. Cameron making a move. Can he take it all the way to the end zone?
And he has
He
it.
will. Touchdown, Black Tide.
Touchdown, Tide.
Tide offense strikes oil finally. 1 minute, 9 seconds left to go in this half.
Orlando Clay did call it. Apparently he did have intel from a higher power.
Look at that. Orlando Clay got both credit for a catch and yards after catch,
And for the
and
guy-
credit for calling the touchdown.
Yeah.
We should have just kept calling him that.
Junior Chavez says, finally, score.
So now Black Tide offense staying on the field in good Black Tide fashion to go for 2 here.
Warhawks, minute 9 left. 1 timeout. I guess we're going to see after the kick and everything. Let's see what they can do.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 65, Black Tide. 15-yard penalty on the try.
Ooh.
So, of course, they're going to go for 2, but the unsportsmanlike conduct is going to back them up 15 yards.
And that is going to be on the kick?
No, on the try for points. So
Try.
now we're going to have, you know, essentially a 2-point conversion from the 18-yard line.
Can't they decide if it's going to be on the kick or on this try?
So the Warhawks there are electing to take the penalty on the try, which I think does help prevent this 2-point conversion.
Throws
Hicks
it
back
deep.
to pass. He has Summers. Summers will receive.
Was he out of bounds?
It is good.
The extra points are good.
Even with the additional distance on the try for point, Hicks to Summers, good for 2.
That is our first offensive score for the Tide. I brought back some classics from our old play. It's been a few years since we haven't had them now. I'm going to bring them all back. Sutton says no way he was out. It was definitely close. You guys at home can just go and rewind, and let us know what happened.
Yeah,
It
you
won't
guys
do
can just
anything different,
watch it.
but I would love to see it. You guys can clip it out. You guys can send it to us. And I don't think you can post it in the comments here, but I would love to see it. So. What's up with those people, too? Kick, short kick here. It is recovered and will go down immediately there by number, I think 20 there. I think it was Aiden Snow.
I got to say, that is a
Second off.
vicious kick. You could see the backspin on it and almost came back toward the Tide after the bounce. That is hard to field.
Sutton says he did rewind. He was definitely out. I believe you.
Must be burning weeds and stuff like that.
Takes a snap. Quarterback keeps it. Goes up the middle here. And that is going to go down. That'll be a gain of 5. Run down the middle and a gain of 5. Bring up second down. They're going to need to hurry up if they want to get anything offensively done to get down and score here. They only have 1 touchdown. Up, we have a timeout. I think it's for a player injury, though.
And I do believe that that is number 7, Josh Stewart,
Ooh, the
which is a
quarterback
problem.
on the QB run there.
Now, Josh Stewart has been a very capable quarterback. He's a veteran of the league. He's played quarterback for other teams. He takes a beating every single season. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him get up here and be able to continue on in the game. However, I'm a little bit surprised. The Warhawks seem like they do have a decent amount of players. I am not having that guy play both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And there he goes. So always getting a little bit beat up, always being willing to get back up and keep going.
For the record, though, the Warhawks do not have another quarterback listed on their entire roster. So they could have Josh in there as, their backup. Maybe he was planned to be a backup, but what do they do if he goes out?
Exactly.
And so that's what we need to see.
That's risky.
If I'm the Warhawks and I don't have a plan, I just give the ball to Sonderman and just let him run wherever.
And we got some Wildcats. Speaking of
And
which,
yeah.
can he make it? He's going to
He will
be
go out of bounds.
possibly for a loss. We can see if we can get that sideline chippiness down to a minimum. We have 34 seconds.
I think they're just burning weeds, but that's quite a bit.
We have refs talking to each other, figuring stuff out. I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah, you can see that fire line coming all the way down the fence, so it seems
Yep.
like weeds, but
if you guys look to the top of your screen, that place is on fire. No.
Just get it. It looks like I think they're just burning
the
grass
trench
and
right down
trench.
the side of the
Yep.
weeds. You see this out here in the middle of farmland all the time.
Yeah.
Not as often in the middle of Nampa, but
Yeah, we're little ICFL barbecue going on. That's
During the run, we have an inadvertent whistle. Warhawks have decided to replay second down.
all right. So during the play, accidental inadvertent whistle. We'll replay second down. However,
how does that work? for
clock
the
is at
They just don't
34
get any of
seconds.
That time back?
Yeah.
Sonderman line up in the QB position. Oh,
Will he pass?
Steve! It's a duck. But
Ball is out of bounds for both the receiver and
that'll
the
be
defender.
incomplete. Bring up third down. Right, because that was just second.
Third down and about 5. 28 seconds on the clock.
See, look at that. They put Sonderman out there. Can't throw, but he can run. So,
Yeah.
but the problem is, when you're the problem for them is that the defense knows what you're gonna do
Yes.
because they just know you're gonna run. They know that you don't have a crazy good arm. You're not meant to be a quarterback.
Nope.
So,
Josh Stewart back in again at quarterback. Feeling at least
Sonderman
capable.
back to the inside here. Under pressure, steps up, throws to Sonderman. Caught. He's going to fight. He will go down.
They have 20 seconds.
That'll be a gain of 15 plus. First down. I think they're going to
Will
call
the
it
Warhawks
timeout.
use their final timeout? I think they will.
See that? The clock will start running as soon as the ball is set. Let's see what the White Hat does.
Timeout, Warhawk. That's their final timeout of the half.
Final timeout.
Warhawks have 20 seconds to make it from the 39-yard line to the end zone with hopes to tie up this football game going into the half.
It is crazy that we'd see all of the scoring in under the last 3 minutes of the game, or for the half.
Can the Tide defense hold them? We will find out. Now and again, this is another situation where the Warhawks surprise the Tide defense with a pass play.
We haven't seen a lot of it today, so
And
I would just keep playing that angle.
I mean, the Tide has the run pretty well handled for the most part. But it just seems like the Warhawks have been able to find a gap somewhere in the secondary to get that ball in.
There's that haziness, so you can see it on the clock from the smoke being in front of it.
Warhawks, 1st and 10, 39-yard line. Stewart
Fire,
back to
Steve!
pass.
No one there.
Oh.
An incomplete pass that'll bring up second down. Maybe didn't run the intended route, or maybe just trying to throw it
Yeah,
away.
Stewart in disbelief, kind of communicating with the sideline and the receiver. I think just a miscommunication between the two of them on that route. Threw into what would end up being double coverage.
that guy's right on the side. Right on the side.
Tony says pick six incoming. Handoff down the middle here. Will be stopped.
And here
Oh,
goes
there's a
the
flag.
clock. Oh, no need to call timeout for anybody. I think we're going to have illegal use of hands to the face on the offense as we see a helmet for one of the Tide defenders come off.
Sutton sent me a screenshot of what was going on, which is great, but I told you I need a clip. You get a free clock stopper.
Yep.
No matter what happens, if I'm the Warhawks, I'm in ready position.
Now, it's kind of a little bit of a difficult situation here because
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 50 on the Warhawk. That's his first for disqualification.
okay, so dead ball, which means the previous down counts. We're going to go all the way back to the 45-yard line. We're going to have third down here. Now, the clock will start on the snap. The Tide still has 2 timeouts.
Motion to the inside. We're sending Barber. Under pressure, throws. Caught by number 3. Stays up on his feet. He goes down, though. Will not be good enough for a first down, though. And that will be the end of the half. We have a timeout on the Tide with time left.
Josh Stewart took quite the hit on that play. He is going down to his knees. He's going to need just a minute.
I don't know if we have time, though. Let's see what they say. It's up to the refs in this situation.
And we'll see if the
The officiating crew is taking off. That is usually a good sign of.
yeah, I think we're going to go to the
Ladies
half.
and gentlemen, that is the half. We'll see you soon. All right, for those of you at home, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you soon. Power back. Bounces off and recovered by the Tide. Whoa, bounced off his knee or something like that. After they kick, they will recover. They will start off on the 17. 27. Real blind out here. Big start for the Tide here. Warhawks. Bit of bad luck. Takes a snap, handoff to Barris there. And that'll be good for a gain of 4. Run and a gain of 4, bring up second down. Low snap. He needs to recover it. And he will be stopped. That'll be quite a loss of yards there. It'll be loss of 10. Bring up third down. Loss of 11 there on that bad snap. Quite a few bad snaps that they got to get under control. Huss said, I would assume there'd be a consequences not putting on pads until your first game, which turned out to be in the true form of Mitch Gammon. Dude is an animal. Yeah, that is true, Huss. Going against Gammon. Gammon is built like a T-Rex incarnate. He makes The Rock look small. He is a monster. Huss, you are a giant dude too, though, so. Trips the out, twins on the in. Backs up, drops it deep. Incomplete, defender all over him. An incomplete pass. Bring up fourth down. Defender there, I think it was number 19. That's Seth Stahl. On him and just tipped the ball up. For it on 4, diamond right. Takes the snap, under pressure, runs up the middle, quick shovel past the outside here to Hale, and it will not be enough. He stretches for it, but it is not enough for first down. They'll switch sides, the Warhawks will take over him. So Tide had that great positioning on the kickoff, getting the ball when they shouldn't have. Just not able to get it. Gavin Breen says, is Stu still playing quarterback? I'm pretty sure he is. So Josh Stewart was playing quarterback when he left earlier. He did get injured, but ended up back in, so. Barber says, why did Gammon leave the first quarter? No idea. Unfortunately, I don't get any crazy insights. I'll run and a gain of 2, be second down. And looks like we may have a player injury here. And it may be on number 50, Cole Smith of the Warhawks here.
see him. I can see him.
Barber says Warhawks are a QB away from making this a very different game. Yeah, it's been very close all game here. Seen a lot of battles. Offense, it's been slowly picking it up. Second down here. Handoff from Stewart to Sonderman, and that looks like it'll be stopped there, and that'll be a loss of one. Loss of one. Bring a third. Barber out here in the chat like he wasn't just out here dominating the field last game, so. Third and 9. Bad snap. Taking a page out of the Tides book. They can't figure it out. They jump on the ball. It is going to be a fumble recovery. Tide will take over. A fumble recovery. The Tide will take over. They have the perfect one for this. But yeah, the Tide could have had a scoop and score right then and there on that fumble one. If they would have got it the very first one, they would have had enough room to go down and score. But he couldn't pick it up, and then it got bounced back, and then they had to have 4 other guys jump on it. So at least they got it under control. Barber says, "Hey, the whole fam are strong. Hate blowouts though." Yeah, indeed. I will join you in that sentiment myself because I want the game to be at least a little close. Barber says also want to see Sonderman make the difference in this game. Sonderman has been putting in a lot of work for the Warhawks here. But they have a lot of good other players too. O-line to be able to make lanes for Sonderman. Been putting in a lot of work. Oh my God, look at these 2 monsters on the inside. This blitz, and that'll be a gain of 4 there. A run and a gain of 4. Second down. They had 2 giant dudes lined up on the inside, ready to crash. I think the Tide nice and a little late. They went up the middle, able to get a few yards under the belt. The Tide can't make anything happen on this drive after they've been put in good positions twice due to their own efforts. The defense is putting in all the work. The offense for the Tide needs to put in a little bit more work right here to catch up. Well, special teams on the first one, and defense the second. Motion here. High snap. Throws it. A little bit of trickery. The ball is incomplete. An incomplete pass. It'll bring up third down.
Double backers here. Let's see what he does. Good snap, recovers, fires to the inside. That'll be incomplete. That'll be an incomplete pass, and we have a flag on the field.
Holding. Number 77, Black Tide. A penalty is declined. Fourth down.
Penalty is declined. It'll be fourth down. Still incomplete pass. Number 77, Noah Segalato for the Tide there. With the holding call, that is going to back him up just a bit here. And we'll hit him with a little. It doesn't back him up, actually. It just makes him move the downs on the incomplete pass. Warhawks need a hold here. Need to stop. Motion from Hale here. A little bit of a lob snapped under pressure immediately. Rolls to the outside. Goes back and slips, and he will go down. Quarterback goes down. They will switch sides. The Warhawks will take over.
Warhawks defense put in crazy work to make both of these disadvantageous drives stop for them. Where they had the fumble recovery for the Tide that they made a stop, and the kick return that didn't go with that. They just stayed on top of it, put in the work. Barber says Tide just needs to feed Hale. Yeah, that is true. Hale is a true athlete out here. But also, they need to give Hicks a little bit more time to develop the play and get it together because they're putting him under pressure very quickly. So O-line needs to pick it up, but the Warhawks defense is just crushing it. Quick pass to the outside here. And that is going to go out of bounds. That'll be a gain of 5, 6. Quick pass to the outside, gain of 6, bring up second down. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in this third quarter here. Quick snap, drops it, picks it up, and recovers well. Fake! And then that'll be an incomplete. An incomplete pass. Third down. So they have a snap. He dribbles it, picks it back up quick, and then fakes it. Somebody jumps over it, bites real hard, and then he tosses it just a little bit farther away from his receiver there. But we got 3rd and 4. Quincy outside handoff. Sonderman, he's going to bounce the inside here. He's going to have some room, and he will go down. That'll give him the first down. A run and a gain of 7. First down. Yeah, putting in work here. Yeah. Quick pass to the outside, that'll be incomplete. Man, he's got hops. An incomplete pass that'll bring up second down. Intended receiver, well, maybe intended receiver there was Hayden. Ooh, that is a name. Allington Ozuna. Oh, I butchered that. Sorry, bro. Crazy hops on that. Could not quite bring it in. A little bit quick out of the hands there for Josh Stewart, trying to receive it quick, throw it quick. Oops, not there. 11 in motion. A fake and a handoff. He will be brought down, though. There's going to be a loss of 3 and bring up third down. And that is a big stop there by number 3, Ryan Carlin. Just read the running back on that one there. Just stopped it hard. So. Jake Stewart, 3rd and deep. Trips on the inside, singled out, no backers, drops back, fires over to the inside, looking for one, he has him, and that'll be completed. That'll be good for 15, that'll give him a first down. Chimiki Barber with the catch, which Barber put in a lot of work last week for them and hasn't been seen a lot this week, but has been slowly improving time and time again. Where to go? Isaiah Jacobson says, love to see another season of ICFL play. God bless my boys. Yeah. It's a great day, a beautiful day for football. If you're out here, come enjoy the game. Especially next game should be pretty good. We have the Matadors and the Diggers. And we, of course, we do have food vendors and drink vendors for you guys out here. Hand off to Sonderman. He's going to go up the middle here. He's going to have some room. And I think that'll be good for 7 there. And it looks like 8. Run up the middle, good for 8. Bring up second down. Sonderman just showing why their run offense in the beginning half of the game was working so well for them as he tries to carry the run game on his back right here. Twins on the inside, a backer and 1 to the out. Handoff up the middle here to number 11. He will go down. That'll be a loss of a yard. That looked pretty rough. That'll be a loss of 1. Bring up third down. Number 11 there, Jordan Farron.
Come on, let's go, D.
3rd and short here. 3rd and 3 for the Warhawks. Motion, he almost fell. Stay up on your feet, Barber. And a handoff to Jordan there. And that looks like it'll be good for a first down. If he's short, that'll be a gain of 2.5. That'll bring a 4th down. Timeout for a player injury here. "5'9" Diesel Daddy says Warhawks with the exclamation mark. 5'9" Diesel Daddy is paying $6 a gallon right now. Especially in a 5'9". You know he's just got, well, you know he's just got that roll call tune on a 5'9". He ain't actually. He's gonna have to dial that back and turn on the eco tune for this week. 3 minutes left in this 3rd quarter here. Warhawks making slow progress down the field here. Still 8-0 in this game. It has been a defensive battle. Handoff up the middle, and they have it. That'll be a gain of 2, and that'll be good for a first down. Travis says, decent game. I see, yeah, very good. El Raven says, that's rough, yeah. It is rough. Drops back, fires deep to the outside here. Looking for Barber. He has him. Oh, not Barber. Touchdown, Warhawks. That deep pass was to Zion Peralt for the touchdown. Isaiah Bell says, what happened to Warhawks' original QB from week 1? From what I heard, he destroyed his meniscus, his ACL, his MCL. Everything is wrecked. Josh Stewart's in, and he's crushing it. So Travis says, wow, yeah. Pretty great play there by Zion Peralta. It looked like he took up the gas to be able to get it. Barber gets in for the 2-point conversion, though. The extra points are good. Now we are tied 8-8. Yeah, touchdowns are only worth 4 points. No, I put in the wrong number. How's it? Looks like a little bit of fighting here. I think they're saying the ball came loose, but the tie does come up with it here.
Wow, after a well-fought third quarter so far for the Warhawks, they come up with 8 points, tying things up.
Tide will take over at the 37.
You know, I was just having a conversation before I hop back on here. The Warhawks kind of lure you in with all the run game. You know, as a DB, you kind of get a little bit flat-footed. You're not really expecting much, especially not expecting a deep pass clear across the field into the corner.
Also, on that pass, it was overthrown a little bit. He didn't have it, and the receiver stepped it up, did the little power burst, little speed boost, hit the nitrous, and got to it.
Yep.
So obviously he knows what his receiver's capable of, and just pushed him to get it there.
We can see if the Black Tide offense can answer.
Trips to the inside here.
Hicks to Hale. Hale has some room to the outside. A spin move. He will have enough for the first down near the 50-yard line.
That'll be a gain of 11, and that'll be a first down.
So far, so good for the Tide.
Yeah, which this is we couldn't see them get any drives done when they got the ball in the Warhawks, like 20, and then now this is the first down we've seen of the half. So Tammy says, go Warhawks. Isaiah Bell says, have to watch week 1 film. That sounds terrible. Juan Jr. says, wow, Stewart looks good today. Brandon says, let's go Warhawks. Brandon Whittle. Warhawks putting in the work. Tide also putting in the work. This has been a defensive battle like none other today. Love to see it, especially when you see that the Warhawks lost their quarterback week 1 and are having to put this together. Shows
Hicks
very good dedication there.
in the backfield. Empty set, back to pass, looking right, lets it go, has a receiver.
Almost
Caught!
intercepted, but caught.
Caught by Nico Jamie, number
That'll be a
5,
gain
just over the
of
defender.
20, first down. Defender almost had it through his hands. Stopped defending, went for the ball, and I don't know how he didn't get, to be honest.
Yeah,
That
from
was so close.
from our perspective, that was real scary for Hicks there for a second. Fresh set of downs, now inside the 30-yard line, looking at the 28 going in.
Love to see this competition firing up.
From the right hash, Hicks has a single back in the backfield, 2 receivers on each side. Hicks takes the snap, hands off to, no, he's keeping it.
He will go down. That'll be a gain of nothing, it looks like.
No gain for Hicks.
Mere inches, second down.
Quincy Adams,
This is most likely
Quincy
gonna be
Smith,
the end of the third
excuse me,
quarter.
coming in for Jamin Burris.
So, because they do not have to take a snap on that 25-second play clock. So they can run it out, switch sides, take an early break. Just what exactly they are going to do. As the end of the third quarter.
Here we go. Fourth quarter, 12 minutes left. Tide has the ball into enemy territory.
Travis says Jared taking gambles, but what a play. Isaiah says Jared has always been taking gambles, nothing new.
You know, Josh Stewart, what a surprise.
Josh Stewart is the unexpected MVP of today for the Warhawks, putting the rest of the team on his back as a new quarterback. Came in late during the last game and has absolutely crushed it this week.
You know, to put up points against a defense like the Tides, that's saying something. And I mean, he's getting beat up. He's playing both sides of the ball. Probably not anymore, I hope.
Yeah.
You know, but he's putting it out there, and he's an experienced quarterback. He's been in the league for a while. You know, he's played on multiple teams. He's gotten some confidence back there, and he's showing it today.
Joshua Carlton says, who scored for the Warhawks? Zion Peralt scored for the Warhawks, and Jamaica Barber got the 2 points for them. So Travis says, here are the key names in the Warhawks. We have Jamaica Barber, we have Zion, we have Sonderman, obviously, and then, of course, now we got Josh Stewart, too. Got a few other guys that you'll hear their name that have been around for a very long time. So.
Here we go. Tide back on the field. Hicks in the backfield. Looking to pass. He will.
Yes. Incomplete. Oh, he could have had that.
Ball was tipped.
Incomplete pass. That'll bring up fourth down.
Nico Jamie, the target.
Third. That's fourth. Travis is the Slim Reaper.
Third down and 10 for the Black Tide.
Third down. Third down. Yeah, but the ball got tipped, and you see number 5 jump a little early, Nico there, and so that's why he barely got a finger on it. He wasn't expecting it to be tipped there. So.
Receivers are bunched in on the edges. Number 11 in motion. Hicks looking to the right side to pass.
Oh,
Just can't quite hit Jackie O.
Incomplete pass. Fourth down this time.
Tied fourth down and 10 from the 28-yard line.
Trying to throw it up to number 11 there. Just slide over the finger there.
Offensive coordinator Jeff Gunn looking to dial up something special here. Hicks in the backfield.
Fourth and 10. They're going for it. Let's see what they do. motion.
Cameron Hale to the left. Does he have Hale on
Under
the
pressure
wheel?
immediately. This is what happened last time. He throws it down. And there's going to be a flag. I think that's going to be intentional grounding. It's not going to really matter.
So unfortunately,
Flag on the field.
we have no eligible receivers in the area. There was a lineman in the area, which I'm sure he was hoping was an eligible receiver. But we will have intentional grounding here. It's going to be quite the loss because we're going to have the spot of the foul and an additional 5 yards. It's a loss of down, so the Warhawks are going to take over on downs with much better field position.
We saw this in the last time that they tried to go for it on fourth. The Warhawks immediately applied a ton of pressure and were able to capitalize on it when they were down there at the 20. And then we see them do it again, and it worked out well. So Tide has got to figure out if they're going to go for it on fourth to be ready for that blitz that's going to be coming.
Ruling on the field is an intentional pass. Also, intentional grounding. That penalty is declined. Going the other way.
What?
This is a real interesting surprise. I'm not sure why the Warhawks would decline that penalty because it comes with a loss of down anyway. So you would enforce the penalty,
Yeah,
take
they're
all the
they're
additional
talking
yardage.
additional.
Yeah, we're going to see some additional conversations
Yeah.
here.
They're like, why would we just not want a penalty?
It's like, hang on just
Because
a second.
even if they get the penalty, it would still be a loss of a down.
Yeah.
It would not matter.
Yes.
So that's
There we go. Okay.
we're getting all of our ducks in a row right here. Yeah, Travis, why would you deny that? He's chatting a bunch. Yeah.
All that
Yeah,
loss
yeah,
yardage
they're
plus
gonna-
15 is why would you know
Yeah,
that?
they got to move. They figured it out. Yeah.
We got you, Travis. Don't worry.
Mitch says he went out because of ankle foot.
Penalty includes loss of down. Therefore, the penalty yardage is accepted. First down.
Penalty yardage is accepted. Yeah, so Mitch, his ankle and his foot is out. That's why he's not playing today, he said. So
Mitch,
he was out.
get
in the
healthy
first
soon.
quarter. Quick pass to the outside here. And that'll be good for, looks like 3 here. Quick pass and a gain of 3, bring up second down. Hopefully you heal up soon, Mitch. It must be hard when your bones are built like Wolverine, but you know.
Yeah,
I
I don't,
believe
I don't
in you.
understand. I don't understand the amount of force that would take to hurt Mitch.
It's got to be on the joint, you know.
Did he get run over? Is that what's going on? Did he get hit by a car and he's feeling a little sore and banged up?
Smoked him, yeah.
Got to be something like that.
Quick handoff to Soderman, put it right in his gut, and he took it. He'll have the first down. I'll run in a gain of 10. That'll be a first down.
Warhawks run game looking healthy towards the end of this game.
Between, you have Soderman, who's been running a lot, and Jordan, who's been running a lot too. And they'll occasionally throw Josh in there. Or did they? They'll throw Stewart in there every once in a while.
Yep.
They did not. Spin it up. We're going to just start. All right, a little bit of talking here. Stewart getting his bearings. Quick pass. Handoff to Sonderman. Looking for traffic. He finds a hole. And he gets it done. He just takes the hit and keeps going. What a boss. Run in a gain of 6. That'll be second down.
You know, his ability to make, to just find yardage in a scenario where other running backs are going to find 0 is pretty astonishing.
History question: have the Warhawks ever beaten the Black Tide? I do not think that they have. I think there's been close games, but I don't think they've beaten them. I think the last game that they played was close, but no.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
but this is the best we've seen the Warhawks objectively throughout the years. This is the team that they've been building towards. So.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be their best season so far. I mean, and defensively, they're
Yeah.
doing pretty great.
Stewart drops back, fires to the outside, incomplete through the hands.
You know, Stewart still
Be an incomplete pass. Third down.
is well on target. I mean, that could have easily been completed. Great timing, good route by the receiver.
Austin Barber says, Mitch, I don't know how your ankles support all that beef in the first place. Hope you heal up quick. Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Maybe that's, yeah, well, Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
The
you
only
got an
thing-
18-wheeler held on by 2x4s, you know?
Yeah,
So.
the only thing that can hurt Mitch's body is Mitch's own body. You know what I mean?
Travis says he's a shifty little bowling ball.
They're
Josh,
down in 5 here.
Showing blitz here for the Tide here. Fake throw, I like it. That'll be a gain of 6 and a first down. At number 11, Jordan, also putting in the work today as running back. We've seen him come in and out, and he's been doing a lot of great practice.
You know, and I want to give a little bit of credit here again to the Warhawks offensive linemen, because the amount of time that those running backs have to figure out exactly what they're going to do, where they're going to attack, you're not seeing that very often.
Handoff. Ooh, Jordan is caught. That'll be a loss of 4 there.
And that one read very well by number 3, Ryan Carlin, defensive end for the Tide.
He's a monster too. So, hey, they're trying to figure out the run game. They've been trying to figure it out all day because that is what the Warhawks have been doing a lot. So, but they're keeping it under control. They'll get hit, they'll lose a few yards, and then they will take it right back.
I tell you what, this is one of those times when it would be really nice to have a good field goal kicker.
Yeah. I don't know if they do or not, to be honest. I think we saw them do field goals, actually, PATs, last week. Stewart drops back, fires over to the outside. That'll be incomplete. Almost caught their intended receiver, Austin Boisier. It'll be an incomplete pass. That'll bring up third down.
Lucas Scottshaw, number 40, on the coverage, breaking up that pass, ensuring the third long.
Let's go JP, number 11. Yeah, boom. I'm assuming a family member there. Farrell and Fallon, Jordan Farrell. Taking the name and scheme. All right, third and long here, about 3rd and 14. Let's see what the Warhawks do. The trips to the outside, a single, no backers. Putting them on the line. See what they do. Stewart drops, fires to the inside. That'll be intercepted.
And off to the races we go. Number 17, does he have the speed? He does. Gets tackled near the
Interception. Tide will
35-yard
take
line.
over at the 46.
Number 17, Taylor Worley. He's been looking for an interception since the first game. Well-experienced defensive player. Probably the first of many for him this season.
Just read Stewart a little well. I wasn't sure if it was maybe miscommunication on the route or just wrong placement. But big ups for the Tide here. But we've seen their defense put in the work. So see if the Warhawks can go and chase that ball back.
And that
17 in this fourth quarter, 8-8.
That definitely is the turn of the tides that they needed. I promise that's the first time I'm gonna, it's the only time I'm going to say it. I had to say it once. Hicks in the backfield directing traffic.
I don't know if you guys can hear. We have a witch in the stands.
Bunch,
Bring a potion.
bunch sets for the receiver. Hicks all by himself in the backfield. All the receivers going out.
Nice snap.
Passes to the right. Up,
Yeah,
ball up,
tipped,
intercepted.
By number
Tipped
6.
And intercepted by the Warhawks.
Interception. The ball will go back to the Warhawks.
Oh, how the
Number 6,
turntables.
Josh Lopez off a tipped interception. And once again, the tides have changed.
Oh, man, I shouldn't have said it. I just shouldn't have said it.
That was, yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, not so much potion brewing from the stands.
So here's the deal. I still say, I mean, if you compare 2 plays ago to where things are now, the Tide is in a much better position still,
Yeah.
right? You intercept the ball, you return it about 20, 30 yards, you throw an interception, it gets picked off, but, 15, 20 yards down the field. And now the Warhawks are sitting.
Warhawks have been on offense for a very long time.
They have. Yep.
But also, the Tide's defense has been out there for just as long. They really didn't get a break just now. And off to JP here. He will go up the middle and be stopped. That'll be a gain of 5, it looks like. Run up the middle, gain of 5. Good for a second down.
So the big thing here, get towards the end of the game, things are getting frustrating. I don't know how chippy things are on the field. What both teams need to avoid as much as possible is any penalties unrelated to the game of football.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike conducts, you're going to get automatic first down penalties.
Yeah, those are big penalties that the Tide has seemed to improve throughout the year that they need to make sure they don't this year. If you're on the run again here, takes a hit, goes, he'll have the first down. A run good for a gain of 7. That'll have him the first down.
Keep going, Warhawks!
Barber says, let's go. Way to respond, Warhawks. Now just seal it. Isaiah Bell says, yes. Joshua Carlson says, let's go, Warhawks. Travis says, who's on the left side? DE for the Warhawks. Oh, we gotta wait.
We'll tell you in a minute.
Whenever they get back on defense, we'll let you know. So they have quite a few DEs though. So handoff, number 11 again. He has it, and that'll be good for 3 yards there. One good for 3. Bring up second down. Hey, if you can consistently get 3, 4, 5
That's
yards, like
pretty good.
And between him and Sonderman, just absolutely brutalizing the defense here at the Tide. So.
Yeah, they still have their choice of what hole they want to go in. Them being patient is giving a distinct advantage in the run game for the Warhawks.
Barber says loves to see Ferrum. Let's see Sonderman break one right now. Yeah. Travis says whoever he is, he's an animal. Yeah, for the DE, I'm assuming he's talking about. Sonderman back into the outside.
Plenty of space. I think he's going to be just short.
Run to the outside, a gain of 7. That'll bring up third down. Where are you going? Yeah, stay there. All right,
Third down and a couple.
5 minutes, 52 seconds. So the thing, too, is about with all of the running that they have, is the Warhawks are in complete control of this clock as they march down the field, as they have possession of the ball, because they're just running it down to nothing. So if they can take all 5 minutes, get down the field and score, that is the best position for them. Handoff to JP to the outside, and he will have the first down. A run and a gain of 3. He will have the first.
The Warhawks are doing something that the Tide used to do to teams all the time for the past couple of seasons, which is what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball, and you just can't quite stop it.
Because they're going to run the ball every time. And then they run the ball on you, and they still get the yards. And so it's like you're trying to develop this plan of how to stop them from running the ball, and then they throw the ball. So then you reset, you go back to base.
Well, and the defensive line here for the Tide, they're being as aggressive as they can be. Again, credit to the offensive line for the
JP
Warhawks.
right up the middle, has 5.
They're creating
Right up the
holes
middle,
and
good for
gaps
5, second down.
that they're exploiting every single play.
Isaiah says it's the hair that gives them power. I swear Barber says Sonderman needs to start reaching the ball for the first. Yeah, reach the ball out. Travis says the running backs are running downhill, seeking contact, and delivering punishment. Yeah, they're waiting for the hit, and then they just know that they can just push them off and keep going.
They do hit north-south very, very quickly. They make a decision, all of a sudden it's north-south, and they're averaging 4 to 6 yards a play.
And it sounds like we may have a timeout on the Tide here, which I think it's a good time to have a timeout because your team just keeps getting pushed back and back and
Timeout.
back. Just
Black
get a
Tide.
good reset.
First of the half.
And you haven't had time to talk as a team. You just keep running over and over and over, and they keep running you down over and over. I think it's great to have a little reset here. You have, this is your first timeout.
Well, and just like you were saying before, the defense has been on the field for quite a while.
Yeah.
And you have the interception, and then all of a sudden you have the other interception.
Yeah, so because you get off the field, we have a break, you take off your helmet, you're about to go sit down, you're about to go get water, you're about to go do whatever, and then immediately you just hear,
so sorry.
oh, in the background, and you have to go back out there and get on it. So.
Yep. Back to work.
Barber says running back patience is underrated. They're running good. Yeah, they're running great.
Yeah.
Corinne Ortiz says keep pushing Warhawks.
Yeah, Barber would know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing or two about running back patience.
Yeah. It's weird how that works. Barber typically set up as a receiver, does running back duties all the time. Nope, he gets caught in the backfield. Mickey Barber does. That'll be a loss of 5. Third down. It was on a jet sweep looking play there. Gets caught in the back.
And honestly, that was, I mean, a tackle for a loss is exactly what the Black Tide needs here.
Yeah. And it was still 3rd and 10, so.
They just need to play, you know, good, strong, disciplined defense. See if we can force a 4th down here for the Warhawks, and then it's up to some hard decisions. And see what they're gonna do.
I'm gonna see a throw.
I was also gonna say a throw.
Oh, nope, hand off to JP. He will get caught up though.
Okay, so no gain on that play. Actually, a loss. So 4th down and
A
11.
loss of 1, bring up 4th down. Looks like they're going to bring out the punting team, which I think is. We've seen them punt good.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, but we've also seen them go for it in way worse situations.
Well, and,
so.
and here's the thing, you know, the Tide offense has struggled, right? Since the first score, the Tide offense hasn't been able to get anything done on the field. But you know that you have a decent option to punt. I would rather turn the ball over to the Tide defense or the Tide offense. And then, I mean, at this point, they're going to have to march probably 80 yards. Now, I'm certainly not going to kick it to Cameron Hale.
Ain't no way.
Or I'm not going to kick it to Jackie-O.
Nope.
So
this is one of the ones where you want to design your team to be like, I'm punting away from him. So
yes.
If you're on my team,
right?
The ball's going the other way.
Now the Tide, a blocked kick would be great.
Oh, high. And that is going to bounce around the 23. Oh, Cam Hale doesn't quite get it. He gets brought down by number 47, Preston Call. A good tackle, wraps him up and keeps him there.
Ooh, correction on that. Looks like that one is going to be Jackie-O on the completion. Now, you know, I know that he obviously wants to get a lot more out of that. However, you fielded the punt. You kept a hold of the ball, you know.
Yep.
I'm good with this. The Black Tide offense is going to get on the field. They need to get some work done.
Tide takes over at the 23-yard line here. Great positioning for that punt. They have such a great punter, which I didn't shout him out here, but I'm pretty sure that was 44 Carson Fisk for the punt there.
So Black Tide offense, what we need here is good choices, good judgment
2
calls.
minutes, 30 seconds. They've used a timeout.
They'll have the 2-minute timeout to back them up a little bit for some timeout management.
But we may have an overtime.
We may. What we really need here, though, is no interceptions, no fumbles. The Black Tide needs to make good decisions.
Oh, tried to hand off to the wrong side. Quarterback wants to take it.
I mean, fortunately, Hicks has the legs.
Keep a gain of 4. Second down.
Fortunately, he has the legs to fix that problem.
Yeah, it may have been a design play, but it definitely did not look like it. He looks to the left, ready to hand off. The dude is coming back through the other side, right along his back. Just, hey, way to capitalize on what was not necessarily a great situation, you know? 2-minute warning.
All right, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, timeout.
This, ladies and gentlemen, like we said, is the game of the week.
And this is not disappointing as the game of the week either.
Yeah, not like last week.
You know, we've got 8-8. You know, both teams scored a touchdown. Both teams got a 2-point conversion, tied things up.
Let's go racing.
All right, Hicks, 2nd down and 6. Diamond formation to the right, looking.
We're going to flag immediately.
Completed pass to number 7,
7
Jamin Burris. Flag on the play.
If the flag is unplayed, it's most likely on the defense there.
Well, I
Because they
think
stopped it on the offense.
if we don't have an illegal formation,
Legal formation. 5 men in the backfield.
Way to
Flat
call
side.
it, Bass.
5-yard penalty.
you know,
Replay the down.
I hate it when I'm right sometimes. And this is one of those times. So 2nd down and 11 now for the Tide.
They had the first down. Had it. They ran out of bounds. The clock has stopped it.
1 minute, 56 seconds.
Travis says the game ends on a defensive touchdown. That would be crazy for these teams. Number 17, by the way, is that
Hicks
defensive
looking to
end.
pass to the left-hand side, has a completion to Austin. Can he make the first down? He
Stays
will.
up on his feet. He gets the first down.
Austin Whiting on the
Pass,
reception.
gain of 12, that'll be first down.
We will reset the chains.
Yeah, number 17 is Sam Mola. I'm going to butcher his name. That is the defensive end that is on the left side, the inside of your screen here. I know, I think it was Travis asking earlier. That Palomalo commercial hair right there.
So Hicks, empty set in the backfield, looking to send this
Trying to waste time.
downfield
Trips in
deep.
the end. High snap. Covers. Ooh, under pressure. Gets sacked by the exact guy we were talking about. It'll be a loss of 5. Bring up 2nd down. We're going to have a timeout here. And that's going to be on the Warhawks.
So Warhawks are hoping that they can save a little bit of time and force a punt from the Tide. See if they can get the ball back with a little bit of a chance to score here.
Timeout. Warhawk, their first of the half.
Joshua Carlton says, and that's why you wrap up. Travis says, thank you for that. He played for the Doors a few years back, right? Did Sam? I know there was, I think his brother played for the Doors. And still do, actually. But I don't know if he did, to be honest with you guys. 5'9" Diesel Daddy says, great defense for both teams. It has been a fight in the trenches for both of these defenses here. Travis says, as I said, he's an animal. Yeah, he is an animal. Because you see him lose it on the first contact as his first go around, number 17. He goes, he swings, he doesn't quite get it, but he stays on task and he keeps fighting, and that's what was able for him to get the sack. Minute 12 here. 2nd down, 2nd and deep.
All right.
Tide have got to get it.
3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, 1 back in the backfield with Hicks. Takes the snap,
High snap again.
looking to pass, fires
Bam,
away to
jumps up.
Summers.
Summers goes out of bounds. That will
Just
stop the
at
clock.
the,
That'll be a gain.
catches it just at the boundary.
A gain of a blade of grass, and that'll bring up 3rd down. We'll stop the clock, which does help.
The Warhawks, yeah, saves them from having to use an additional timeout. So we're 3rd down and long here. If the Tide can't convert, Warhawks will most certainly use a timeout, forcing the Tide to punt. They'll have 1 timeout during an offensive series, and with a chance to score.
Travis says, whoever it was, I get hit by him 3 years ago. I'm still seeing stars. You might have been hit by Ben Tatala.
Oh, Big Ben?
Yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh.
he is a monster.
Listen, I got hit when Ben was on my team. I got hit by Ben.
Oh.
And what do we have here? Will it be?
Yeah, we got to see if it's offense or defense here. And it looks like both sides throwing the flag up.
The officials are discussing.
Hey, way to come together on that, officials. You got a flag from both sides. You both run right to each other to get it figured out.
What do you got? What do you got?
You work as the 3rd man on the field here. 3rd team on the field.
Looks like we will have encroachment on the defense.
Encroachment. Warhawks. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
All right, 1 minute, 7 seconds. Clock will start on the snap. 3rd down and 9 now for the Tide. A lot more manageable than 3rd down and 14.
Encroachment on defense. It must have been close there for the both of them to come together.
Oh, definitely.
So they probably saw maybe a little bit of something on both sides, but the defense hit first.
Timeout incoming.
Yeah, I think we have. No, we don't get a first down.
Just officials double check and make sure that we've got everything squared away before this play. 3rd down and 9.
Barbara says he just watched the replay. RT jumped first.
3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Hicks empty in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking right, has a receiver. Jamin Barris makes a move.
Yeah. They stop him there. That'll be a gain of 3. That'll be a gain of 3. 4th down. And Warhawks timeout right here, I'm assuming.
So now we have some big decisions to make. We're tied, 57 seconds left, 8 and 8. 4th down and 6.
I put it away.
I'm absolutely putting this ball away.
Their second of the half.
There's no way that I want to risk turning the ball over to the Warhawks at my own 45-yard line.
There's no.
Or 40-yard line.
And the Warhawks have been consistently going down the field. We've not seen a lot of that from the Tide after the first half. We've seen them be very stagnant, be stuck in one area, not get a lot going offensively. But their defense can at least, if they're all the way back on the 30 or something like that, be able to hold them to the 50, get it into overtime, and then it's a whole new game from there.
Yes. Yeah, you know, and playing for overtime, you know, that's an opportunity where you know that you're going to get a chance to get the ball back and score.
You know it's going to happen. Even if they score on the first drive, you're going to get it back.
So as we suspected, the Black Tide special teams punt unit on the field. Cameron Church back to punt this ball away.
Warhawks, if they ever wanted to stop a punt, this would be it. Low snap. Stops the punt, number 17. Number 6 jumps on it. Number 17, you big monster Sam. And the jump on it from number 6, Josh Lopez, it looks like.
And we talked about this earlier on. You know,
A stuffed punt, and the Warhawks will take over.
Can the Black Tide special teams maintain blocking when it matters? You know.
And that goes to your whole line there, too.
Yes.
Being able to keep it, the stop where you guys need it.
And I would say that Cameron Church has plenty of leg for this whole situation, right? He could get a punt off. However, you know, he needs more than a second. We have a slow snap.
I think they have one more timeout left because
the Warhawks do
they
have
got
one more
lucky
timeout.
going
Yes.
out of bounds.
Yeah, so
Swings
Warhawks
to the
have one
inside.
timeout. They're nearly in the red zone.
Well rested now. Josh Stewart takes a snap. Oh, we got a flag. CJ says, yes, go Hawks. We have 12 men on the defense from what it sounds like.
Okay, so a little bit of a insult to injury here.
Legal substitution, 12 men on the field, Black Tide, 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So 1st down and 5 now for the Warhawks. In the red zone, ball at the 19-yard line, 18-yard.
1st and 5 here. And if I had to guess, take off with the quarterback. Don't even throw up. Oh, under pressure, stays up though. He will go down though.
And exactly what the Black Tide needed there. Ryan Carlin, number 3, on the takedown.
It's gonna be
Big
a
loss.
9. 2nd down. Carlin, you monster. Barbara says, thank you guys for your awesome commentary and live streams every week. You guys do an awesome job. Thanks, Barbara.
Oh, my
Love to
guy.
see you
Thank
go out
you.
there and play.
You just-
Timeout. Warhawks.
Austin Barber's just looking for a little
Final
bit more
timeout
love
of the
before
half.
we commentate his game.
Yeah. Like he doesn't already get it out. Travis says 17's animal. Yeah, absolute animal. Matt Bishop says bang, and I'm assuming that's talking about the right off the hands there.
Poor hit on Jamin Burris.
Mark
You know,
says ball don't lie, and Josh says let's go run downhill and get that tutty. They should, because they lined up like they're like, oh, we're gonna pass it, we're gonna get this touchdown. I don't know why they're doing any of that. Just run it downfield. It worked so well for you last time.
now, and this is the same situation we were in before. Do the Warhawks have a PAT kicker? I mean, do you have a field goal kicker? Do you have somebody who can, you know, put a field goal downfield? Because if we get to the point where, you know, you get to 4th down and you're 4th and forever, I mean, could you put up a 40-yard field goal here?
And these are specific scenarios right here that you work on in practice. You do hurry-ups, you do 2-minute drills, you work on these kind of mechanics right here to prove what you can do. Sonderman lined up in the backfield here. Dropping back, passes deep to the outside. There's a flag flying. It's intercepted.
We will check the flag pending the interception.
An interception, but we have a flag on the field. And the flag was down before the interception here.
Flag near the boundary, also near the line of scrimmage.
An eligible receiver on the Warhawks.
This is going to be.
Penalty is declined. First down, Black
This is
Tide.
going to be an interception here.
Okay, so how many timeouts do the Black Tide have? 2?
Yeah, I think they have 2 left.
35 seconds, 2 timeouts. The Tide have plenty of plays in their playbook that can work the boundary here.
Yep. And with the ball where they're at, worst case scenario, you don't do anything dumb, you go to overtime.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, so
I'm not trying to get crazy. I'm almost pushing more towards the just knee it out, go straight to overtime, and let that stand, because I really don't think that they're going to march down 90 yards to get the touchdown, because we just haven't seen them do anything crazy like that all day. So.
If you have some for sure plays you feel very confident and you want to get the ball into an athlete's hands, see what they can do with it, go for it.
You could throw it 40 yards downfield to Cam Hale, and that may be your solution. But.
Gotta be smart here.
Also, bad snap right here. Deep
ball
to the
up.
Inside.
Oh, flag on the play.
Flag.
Defensive pass interference.
We have a flag on the field.
Number 7, Jamin Burris, the target.
Yeah. But also, we have a flag from the back judge here that I think may or may not be separate from
I think
this here.
I would guess they're both looking at the same thing. We do have an injured player on the field, injured Warhawk on the Black Tide sideline. We do have defensive pass interference on number 20, Warhawks.
Pass interference. Warhawk, 15-yard penalty. First down.
So 15 yards for the Tide. Minimal time off the clock.
So they're going to take those 15 yards, free 15 yards, free first down right there. And this is, they didn't even have the play, but because of the penalty, they get the yard.
Yeah, and, you know, to be fair, that was a well-thrown ball. The receiver was in position. You know, I mean, it was going to end up, it was
going to be incomplete.
Yeah.
Travis says, got to get the header in. Yeah, he didn't even see it. So number 20 there, Aiden Snow. And it wasn't necessarily that it was like his fault. He just saw the receiver ready to catch it, you know.
Yep.
So he put his hands up and he got his hands on. It wasn't outrageous.
No, it's
it's just
that's what it is. You have contact
trying to get the ball
without playing the ball, and that's going to draw a flag nearly every time.
Diamond right here.
Yeah, tied with quads to the right, single receiver to the left. First down and 10, 28 seconds on the clock. Hicks with the snap,
Bad
looking
snap
to pass.
under pressure by number
Does
17.
has Nico Jamie. Can he get up the field and out of bounds?
And out of
He
bounds.
will.
He will. And I think that's going to be a first down. Quick pass and a gain of 10 and a first down. Goes out of bounds. He stops the clock. We're at 21 seconds. This is I don't know why they're not doing any of this during the regular game, because we haven't seen them march up the field like this, except for the one time they scored where they.
It would be pretty great to see them march all the way down the field, the very last drive of the game.
Yeah, this is the only time.
21 seconds. They have 2 timeouts, but I mean we're averaging 7 seconds of play here. So, I mean.
And so they're having like slow snaps are getting to Hicks right now, and then he has to throw it up deep, and so it's just time. It's time.
Yeah, if they want to get anything done here, they're going to have a big play. Hicks back to pass.
Oh, 47
looking
on him.
left, looking middle.
Almost intercepted.
Pass bobbled by number 5 Nico Jimmy.
Interception. Warhawks will take over.
The one single thing that you definitely did not want to have happen.
Number 19 on that interception there, Seth Stahl. And it was just a bobbled tip. It was just bobbled between the two of them. And they got it. Warhawks take over 14 seconds. Not great positioning for them either.
You know, and
we've had crazy transitions between these last 2 minutes. Has been insane.
I mean, all the turnovers in the past 2 turnovers were all interceptions.
Yeah, so many interceptions.
And I mean,
we've had fumbles, we've had interceptions. This has been a crazy defense. Has been carrying both of these teams. They all need a raise.
14 seconds. I imagine we have time here for about 3 plays.
Yeah,
the Warhawks have no timeouts. No. So they're either utilizing the boundary or they're trying to go for something deep.
Throws it deep to the outside.
Intercepted. Cameron Hale, he has the legs and the athleticism. Can he make something happen here? He is still up.
Taking it through. He goes down. He is caught.
Now, time looks like it expired. Do we have any time on the clock?
Interception.
Do we have time on the clock? Yes or no? We will find out here. Otherwise, pending overtime.
Time expired. Overtime. 1 minute intermission.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the regular game. We are now entering overtime.
So 59 seconds on the clock and counting until overtime. The first overtime game of the season.
Hey, love to see it. Every overtime game that we've had has been amazing, though. One of my favorites that we've had was I think it was the Aztecs Black Tide first game, week 1 last week.
There was it Aztec Sabres?
Sabres, yeah.
Oh, that was a fantastic one.
They've all been great. This has been game of the week. We chalked it up great for you guys, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. Captains are taking the field. We will have another coin toss. Now, both teams will have an opportunity to go on offense. However, typically in this scenario...
Okay, we'll have overtime. Each team will possess the ball from the 10-yard line until we have a winner. Warhawk, you get the toss.
Hold on. What am I even calling for then if we both get
We'll tell you.
All right.
We both get the ball. Like, what?
Yeah.
He's just a little ahead of himself there.
So for those of you at home, to explain overtime is that both teams will get the ball no matter what.
Yep. Yeah, and we're typical. It's what you might consider as Kansas City, but here we go from the 10-yard line in. Both teams will get an opportunity. Typically, if you win the toss, you want to go on defense so that you know what you have to do in order to win the game.
Yeah, so if you see them get a touchdown and then they kick a field goal, you know that you
Warhawks won the toss, elected to start on offense. We will play at that end of the field.
Wow. Okay, so.
Which going to that side of the field, it doesn't matter really either way. You do have the clock because you do have some time, but it's just that you have a first down and you have no more downs.
Well, and you know we have a little bit of the sun coming in from this direction, so. You know, at this situation, you've got the quarterback that's looking a little bit into the sun, but at least all your receivers are able to see the ball clearly, so a little bit of an advantage there. I am surprised to see the Warhawks go on offense first, But
I would want to go on defense first. But also, you heard him at the beginning. He's like, what are we even calling? You know, so-
yeah,
But also, maybe they just know that this is it for them. Maybe they know that if they go down and score, they can hold the Tide as a defense. So.
yeah, and again, we have seen 0 field goal attempts in this game. So, you know, maybe they're thinking, hey, we score a touchdown, you know, they have to score a touchdown, or, you know, we don't, they have to score a touchdown anyways, and we go into double overtime.
Barbara says all that shit that they talked on Seth. Let's go, Seth, for the interception. Travis says this is great. So many interceptions in the past 2 weeks. Yeah, we've had a lot.
Yeah, I bet
Should have
Steph
taken
is-
the over on the pick count of 3+. Honestly, I didn't expect this game to go 8-8.
Yeah, what is that?
I didn't expect it to be such a defensive matchup. So we're not even going to run the clock. We don't have to worry about it. What we're keeping track of is downs. Hand off to Sonderman on the outside. They use him like a weapon. And he gets a free 5 yards there.
Sonderman all the way down to the 5-yard line, second down, and
Sonderman
goal
run
from
to
the
the
5.
outside, second down, gain of 5. So all they got to do is they got to score, they got to do their best, and then try to see what other points that they get afterwards as well. So
And I imagine, you know, if things are going the way that they have been, the Warhawks were forced to go for 2 points, kind of, before.
yeah.
We'll see if they go for 2 points or just go for a traditional PAT.
Sonderman handoff going up the middle here, and it looks like he'll be just short. I think it's a gain of 4 there, maybe 3.
I mean, why try to fix it if
Gain
it's
of
not
3
broken?
or 4, bring up third down. The thing is, when you have a sledgehammer, use the sledgehammer against the wall.
Okay, so here's the real choice. All right, Cedric, what do you think? Are they going to mix it up here, go for some short little pass?
It just works over again. I just go to the right instead of the left. They won't even see it coming.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Sonderman in the backfield again.
Ah, yes. Keeper.
Quarterback keeper, he goes. He will not get it. He'll be just short. I think that's a loss of a yard. It'll be a loss of 1, bring up 4th down.
You know, I was waiting for some receiver to peek out into the back of the end zone.
You know what I would like to see? I want the quarterback to show those little shove pass right over the middle.
Like
As
the Tim
as they
Tebow
all-
jump pass?
Yeah. As they all crash down
Yes.
on you, just go whoop.
Yeah,
Just
those,
have Sonderman wait
the little
right there.
jump pass right there, you know.
Josh says-
Have Sonderman, quote, lead block,
Yeah.
you know.
All right, let's see it. Hey, we have the tush push. I don't know why anybody doesn't use it yet. Goes to Sonderman. He bumps to the outside. He will be stopped.
He will be
be it.
stopped. And the Tide hold the Warhawks from scoring.
That will be a stop. The Tide will take over. And
Can the Tide end it here?
let's see. Travis says should have pitched it. Josh says Sonderman's the GOAT. Travis says he bends the corners to a smoothie. Yeah. Hey, they did what worked for them. Tide finally figured it out. Can the Tide do it though?
I mean,
You know,
this
so
is
this is what we need to see from
this
them
is
right here.
you know, this is the best field position they've had in 3 quarters
Yeah.
of football.
Benny says finally a real game of the week. Benny would know. He makes all
He
our graphics.
makes it.
So. 0 passing game.
Yeah, shout out to Ben if you guys are looking at those graphics on social media.
Social
that's
media,
his
the
handy artwork.
scoreboard, any of that you see from us is because of Benny Miller. So thank you, Benny.
All right, Hicks in the backfield, 4 receivers, 2 on each side, single back. Hicks takes the snap, handoff. He's got room, he's got space. Will he make it?
Yes.
He will. The Tide take the game.
Touchdown, Tide!
And just like that, the Tide
That is going-
take the win.
That is going to be the end of the game. That is it. There's no extra PAT. There's no nothing. That is the final score, 14-8, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for those of you that joined us in person, online, whatever the case may have been. It was a great day for football. We can't wait to see you for the next game, which will be the Doors and the Diggers. And that'll be coming up in about 15 minutes. See you then.